Welcome, everyone, to Lemon Live at 5. So glad that you could join us a little bit late today. As you know, I'm on the West Coast in Los Angeles, and we had an entire show planned for you to talk about all the chaos in Washington, as we do lately, because it is chaotic in Washington, D.C. So thank you for joining us live. But at the last second, I had to deal with some issues, some things, and I decided that we need to change our show. So you see the thumbnail there. It says Trump and Kanye, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Do they have anything to do with each other? Yes, they do, because they have a history together. But today, it's a little bit differently. I'm going to tell you what Donald Trump is doing with the government, how it is unconstitutional, the way that they are acting, the things that they are trying to enact in Washington, D.C., that they are cutting out aid that could aid that saves the lives of millions and millions of people, and how this Doge office is doing things that are untruthful. They even have Donald Trump reacting to misinformation. And so here we go. We're starting week 3 of the second Trump administration, and it's starting off with misinformation and what lawmakers in Washington are saying is illegal for them to be able to do. So all of that, right? The constitutional crisis in Washington, and then Kanye West, constitutional Kanye West. All right. So Trump effectively stealing trillions of dollars in funds, and someone saying that I started a rumor about them at the Grammys is what we're going to talk about. Cons, and more cons. Kanye's and cons in Washington. Okay. So let me just go over what happened with Kanye West. And by the way, I have some breaking news. I'm just getting in some breaking news, everyone, because I think that Kanye West realized that he made a big mistake, that he had some wrong information. Kanye has removed his post. So here's what happened. So I go to the Grammys to cover the Grammys to give you guys, the Lemon Heads, the Lemon Nation, some information. I wanted to give you something that was different than the usual politics, because I know it's exhausting. The Trump administration keeps bombarding us with bullshit, one thing after the other. And while he's there taking pictures, or the media is videotaping him or taping him or showing him live, signing all of these executive orders. Stacks and stacks. It's a show. That's planned. It's a show, and it's to distract you, right? They're shaping the news every day. They are controlling the narrative. So we're going to have Trump. We're going to be live. Someone's going to walk up to him and say, Mr. President, this one is to get rid of the blah, 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 whatever it is. And this one is to pardon all of the insurrectionist criminals that broke into the Capitol and should still be in jail. They didn't say it that way, but that's what should have happened. And so he's pardoning people, and that's a show. In the meantime, they are enriching themselves, lining their own pockets, becoming richer and more powerful. And when you guys, the average American, everyday citizen, folks who are living paycheck to paycheck, you guys are living paycheck to paycheck, not getting any richer. Stock market, I've been watching it all day. Your 401ks. Had a crazy day. So anyways, I wanted to give you something interesting, entertaining, to get your mind off of it. The big things were happening at the Grammy Awards. We're in California and Los Angeles, where these fires have been going on. I was hesitant about attending the Grammy Awards, but when they turned it into a fundraiser to help people, to give money to artists, to help out the Los Angeles community, and when we got word that the Los Angeles County Fire Department was going to give an award and they were going to be honored, I said, hey, let's go. Let's give the Lemon Nation and the Lemon Heads something to talk about other than the crazy MAGA mess in Washington, D.C. So here I am. Once upon a time, there was this correspondent named Don Lemon who used to go out into the field and do field anchoring and do field reporting, and was very good at it. And so I said, let's bring that Don Lemon back for the weekend. I used to cover the Oscars all the time, the Grammys, on the red carpet. So I somehow convinced the Grammys to allow me to live stream our show and do social content from the red carpet, unrestrained, no barriers, walking around, talking to whoever I want before they even get in to talk to the mainstream media. As soon as they get out of the car, here's Don Lemon and Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers in the world. 24, I believe he's 24, young kid. He's doing a great 11 million followers and millions upon millions of streams, right? So look, I'm trying to follow in his footsteps, at least with the stream part, not exactly what he does, because he does online, gaming and all kinds of stuff. Great guy. Love him. I love him. So we were the only two that were out there, the only two streamers that were out there. So Kanye West decides to show up at the Grammys. And of course, they'll say, sometimes you'll get a warning saying, not in a bad way, but like they do the 5-minute warning, a 2-minute warning with the White House when the president is coming out or when the briefing is about to start. So we got the a 2-minute warning that Kanye West was going to show up. So okay. And so instead of coming in where everyone else comes in, Kanye decided to go in through a different way, pulled up in his 2 platinum plated, whatever, Maybachs. His wife or his girlfriend in one, I don't know. I'm not trying to disparage them. One of them, I don't know if they're married or not. I don't even pay attention to them. Let me know if they're married producers. I have no idea. But anyway, so they show up. She's in this giant fur coat. They get out of the car. He's walking all in black or whatever. And so I go over to him, and I'm trying to be really respectful of the situation, knowing just how emotional people are in Los Angeles, in California, because of the fires. People have lost everything. People are homeless of all different socioeconomic backgrounds, all different hues. People are homeless. They've lost everything. And so the Grammys are throwing a fundraiser to help people. People are doing this as a fundraiser to help people. And so I wanted to be respectful and not talk about things that were necessarily provocative, so to speak. So when Kanye rolled up, my social media producers and I decided we will ask him about music things instead of all of the things that he tweeted, I would imagine, or posted this past weekend, and some of the stuff that he had done before. So we weren't going to touch that because of the situation, right? So, you want to be. You want to have some sort of awareness and read the room about where you are. Okay. So Kanye gets out of the car, and I decided to ask him about when is his new album coming out. Frankly, I don't follow Kanye West. I don't listen to his music. I used to. I used to love his music until he started doing things that were anti-Semitic and racist and just quite bizarre. And so I stopped listening to his music. So I don't even know what album. So my social media producer said, ask him about the name of this album and when is it coming out. So I asked him about it. And then I asked him about some other things. What other artists would he like to work with at the moment? And then maybe I would have asked him a question that was a little bit more journalistic in nature after I got him to talk about the music things, because I figured then he would walk away. So here's Kanye West getting out on the red carpet. And then I asked him a question. Here it is. Bully gonna come out? When is Bully coming?
Yay. I changed my name to Yay.
Yay.
Soon this year, though.
When is Bully coming out?
This year.
This year. Okay. When is Bully coming out this year? And then the next one, as we posted it at 2 on social media. And then the next one was this. What artist you want to put on right now?
Give me a second, I'm focused.
No interviews. Okay. So I asked him those things, and he turned to his man. He said, look, I said, what artist would you like to work with right now? And he said, I'm focused. Or I'm trying to focus or something. And then he turns to his manager, whoever was walking with him, and then they say, no more interviews. So I just laughed about it. No big deal. I didn't care. No big deal. It's like, all right, fine. So I get into the Grammys. And everyone is saying, oh my gosh, did you see what happened with Kanye West? And did you see his girlfriend or wife or whatever? She was half naked or she was naked. Well, we can't show you the pictures. On and on. He didn't do the red carpet, or he didn't do questions on the red carpet. He just came in to do the photo part of the red carpet, and then he left. Okay. So these were people, not officials at the Grammys. These were people who were at the Grammys saying, "Did you hear Kanye West got kicked out?" And I said, "Wow, did he? What happened?" They said, "Yeah, such and such is reporting it. This newspaper is reporting it. This news source is reporting it. There was reporting in the Daily Mail. We can put that up. And there was also reporting in the New York Post. And you can put that up if you get those two things. And there was reporting elsewhere. And so people were asking me about it. So I was actually inside of the Grammys, and I did a post and I said, look, I'm hearing rumors that this happened, but I know that Kanye West just came to do the red carpet. He's not going to sit for the Grammys. I don't know if he was invited or not. And that's it, right? So that's what I'm hearing from the people here. I don't know. And so, the thing goes on. At the end of the show, I'm walking out. Coincidentally, I've run into Kanye West's people, a couple of people who are with him. And they said, Don, I saw your post. Can you help us clear this up? Because people are reporting that Kanye was not invited and that he was kicked out. And they said, it's a fact he was invited, and it was a fact he was not kicked out. And so I posted later on in my car on the way to the after party, by the way, an after party where I spoke to Snoop. So stand by for that. I had a nice long conversation with Snoop that you're going to hear about tomorrow. I'm going to talk with Van Lathan about that on the 10 a.m. Hot Topic show. So anyways, I posted, long story short, I get a text from my social media people with Kanye West's, a screen caption of Kanye West's post about me on Instagram. Here's the post. The goofball that started the rumor that me and my wife got kicked out of the Grammys. So I guess they're married. I didn't know. Listen, no shade. I had no idea. The Grammys, which should be Grammys, but that's okay. 3 decades of innovating music, and they always coons like this. Okay. So Kanye West called me a coon. Yeah. Kanye West called me a coon. In the meantime, this is the man who called me a coon. The man who did this on Alex Jones' show. Watch this.
You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good. And I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one as well.
Good guy. I get the Hugo Boss uniforms, amazing. But I mean, just because you're in love with the design, you're a designer. Can we just kind of say, like, you like the uniforms, but that's about it?
No, there's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things. It's like he had a really cool outfit and stuff, and he was a really good architect. And
so you're in love with the look of it.
And he didn't kill 6 million Jews. That's just like factually incorrect.
Guys, get the Ronald Reagan clip they showed me yesterday. Sorry, go ahead. Ronald Reagan said that too. Well, I think Hitler did target and kill some people. So I think
I think Obama killed Palestinians.
No, I hear you. Here's where I think the frustration is. And Nick, you can comment on this.
And Obama was not the first black president. He was another Jewish president because they've been frozen by the Jewish banks. So I need to watch my meals.
Well, CNN says white people are evil Nazis. So, I mean, I disagree with both statements, but I get the
I don't like the word evil. You get the point. And then that is also, put up the tweets. The very Kanye that was tweeting this past weekend, these horrible things. F reading. Anyone can do it. What's the next one? The world is so lucky to have me. And then there's another one. Trump's back in office. Ye's back a billionaire. The world might just be okay. And the next one. This one is probably the most disgusting. I used to want to, you know what, Kamala, until she lost. I don't, you know what, losers anymore. Take that one down. So Kanye, I could have roasted you on the red carpet, like really come at you hard. No barriers. There was not a barricade. There was no security. I was right on. I could have asked you anything. I could have asked you, why are you an anti-Semite? Why are you why are you sexist? What would make you think that Kamala Harris would come near you with a 10-foot pole? What would make you put that out into the universe? I didn't even discuss the odd things that you and your wife are doing, and that people are actually really concerned for your wife, and they are always posting, blink twice. I don't even know her name. I'm sorry. If you need help. They're really worried about her. And then afterwards, the antics that you did sort of made people even more concerned about her. So I'm just saying, Kanye, I did not start a rumor about you and your wife being kicked out of the Grammys. That did not happen. I actually corrected it. I was sitting in the arena telling you what people at the Grammy Awards were saying, that these rumors were going around, or people there were thinking that happened. And I was going to try to get to the bottom of it. And I did. And I said, you were not kicked out, and that you were indeed invited. And I said that you should get your shit straight. And you should. And guess what? Kanye West has removed his tweet, or his whatever it was a tweet, gone. And I just got the text from his people last night, and it's showing me that's what they sent. We are taking care of this. And he removed it because they know he was wrong. Now, I appreciate you taking it down, right? I appreciate you taking it down, but I don't appreciate you, of all people, calling me a coon. You can talk to people any way you want. You can tweet or write about people any way you want, but don't come from me unless I send for you. Now check that. Don't even try it. So let's move on and talk about other things in the world. Thank you guys for bearing with me on that whole story, because I just thought it was just really in poor taste, something that I would usually not even respond to because it's not worth it. But I thought this one is worth it, especially considering that's why I believe so much in content moderation, because content moderation is not censorship. I don't like trolls or bullies online. I don't like trolls and bullies in person. And Kanye, what you did was a trolling, bullying situation. I don't like it. And I responded to you in kind. And I was actually much nicer to you than you were to me. So all of this is a lesson for all of the people who are out there who work in social media, who own social media companies. Have some content moderation. Do you really want people online calling people coons? Is that okay? You guys do or say what you want. But that is my story with Kanye. So let's see. And you want to talk about it, Kanye? Come on the show. We'll talk about it. If you really want to talk about this shit, come on the show. If you're man enough. If you are brave enough. Let's see if he responds. Now, where was I? Yes. Washington, D.C. Let's talk about what's happening with the other con in chief. That's what I'm talking about. I had so much other stuff about Kanye West that I had so many elements, but I'm tired of talking about him. So let's talk about what's happening in Washington, D.C. There was a protest, USAID. As a group of Senate and House Democrats were blocked from entering the headquarters of the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID. That happened on Monday. Democratic lawmakers who are opposed to President Trump's efforts to shut down the agency left without incident after a brief exchange with security officials. The group led by Senator Chris Van Hollen, Democrat of Maryland, were told the front office of the administrator of the USAID was not available to meet. A select group of USAID employees with the front office administrator were in the office Monday. An official told lawmakers outside the door but were not free to meet with lawmakers. Okay, so here's the deal. What is going on in Washington, D.C.? Why are they shutting down agencies? Why are they freezing funding? Why are people in charge of areas and levers of our institutions, people who are not elected officials? Why is Doge being granted so much leniency and so much of our information and so much of a control of things that happen in our government that usually only those types of allowances are only made for members of the official members of the U.S. government? Donald Trump was asked about it in a press conference today. Watch, or at least when he was speaking to the press.
Important for Elon Musk to have access to the payment systems at Treasury?
Well, he's got access only to letting people go that he thinks are no good if we agree with him, and it's only if we agree with him. He's a very talented guy from the standpoint of management and costs, and we put him in charge of seeing what he can do with certain groups and certain numbers. Some of the numbers are horrible, what he's found. Think of it, $100 million on condoms to Hamas. Condoms to Hamas.
Oh my gosh.
And many other things that are frankly even more ridiculous. And they're finding tremendous waste, really waste more than anything else, I think you could say. Probably fraud and abuse could be added to it, the more standard waste, fraud and abuse. But they're finding tremendous amounts of really...
Okay, so you know how Donald Trump says wrong or false? What he just said there was absolutely wrong misinformation. Now, I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if he knows. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if he's just that ignorant of it, right? You're not going to believe this. Let me tell you guys what happened. Okay, so you heard that they were giving condoms to Hamas. That is complete bullshit. And that was all started by members of Doge, reportedly, allegedly, by members of Doge. So apparently, when they got wind of the information or some of the things that's in that, you know, were part of this supposed thing about giving condoms to Gaza, and then they turned it into giving condoms to Hamas. So yes, they do issue condoms for Gaza, but not that Gaza and Mozambique. Because these places don't have access to reproductive rights. And it's also to stop sexually transmitted diseases like HIV and such. So it's actually trying to help people around the world. It is not Gaza, Israel, Gaza, Palestine, Gaza, Hamas. That's not what it is. These are the people running your government. They don't even know which Gaza. As far as I know, there's no Hamas in Gaza and Mozambique. Oh my gosh. These are the people who are running your government. Now, this is what the statement, he said, you know, that they were finding all kinds of financial misinformation or financial fraud or waste, not fraud, but waste in that thing. So these things, these events that happened on Monday really added to the chaos and the uncertainty surrounding this agency's operations since Trump issued this freeze on all U.S. foreign aid 2 weeks earlier to stop work orders for USAID grant recipients and laid off and furloughed staff. This is according to the reporting. Tech billionaire Elon Musk claimed on Monday that Trump agreed with him to shut down the agency. And Democrats were saying this is illegal, that this Doge nor Donald Trump have the legal right to be able to shut down USAID with freezing all of these federal funds and cutting off federal grants, etc. Representative Chris Van Hollen said lawmakers are working to file legal representatives to stop the Trump administration, Musk, and the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, from undoing USAID. We are working with lawmakers to try to get an injunction, Van Hollen said. And they had a press conference outside of the USAID building. Senator Murphy says this is a constitutional crisis. Do we have that?
Use every power that we have in our disposal in the United States Senate. My colleagues will do the same thing in the House. This is a constitutional crisis that we are in today. Let's call it what it is. The people get to decide how we defend the United States of America. The people get to decide how their taxpayer money is spent. Elon Musk does not get to decide.
Pause it, please. Representative Chris Van Hollen is the dark woke that everybody wants. He has DWE, dark woke energy. He's got the energy. Senator Chris Van Hollen Chris Murphy, pardon me, I'm getting my Chris's wrong. Senator Murphy has been just leading the way in showing Democrats how they should react, how they need to act. When he said bullshit the other day, I almost leaped out of my chair for joy because finally Democrats had some cojones. They were ready to meet this MAGA mess with the same energy that MAGA is portraying to the American people. So I love what Senator Murphy is doing. I think everyone should be taking a lesson from him. He is the example. So is AOC. The example of so is Jasmine Crockett, of how Democrats should be conducting themselves. Let's continue.
We are weaker today than we were yesterday. China sees that, Russia sees that, and they will take advantage. Our job and your job together is to raise our voices, raise the alarm, so that this crisis, this emboldening of our enemies, doesn't last a second longer than it has to. Thank you, everybody.
Keep up that energy. Keep it up. Senator Murphy again. Senator Murphy is not happy with the members of DOGE, especially one top member. Here's what he has to say about that and the Chinese.
Let's not pull any punches about why this is happening. Elon Musk makes billions of dollars based off of his business with China. And China is cheering at this action today. There is no question that the billionaire class trying to take over our government right now is doing it based on self-interest. Their belief that if they can make us weaker in the world, if they can elevate their business partners all around the world, that they will gain the benefit. But there's another reason this is happening. They're shuttering agencies and sending employees home in order to create the illusion that they're saving money in order to do what? Pass a giant tax cut for billionaires and corporations, right? This is all a smokescreen, a shell game, in order to turn this government over to a handful of unelected billionaires and corporate interests, and we are not going to let them do that.
He's not happy about it. And then I want to play one more, and then I'm going to bring in my lemon heads. I want to play one more. This is Jamie Raskin speaking out very similarly as Senator Murphy.
Musk, you didn't create USAID. The United States Congress did for the American people. And just like Elon Musk did not create USAID, he doesn't have the power to destroy it. And who's going to stop him? We are. We're going to stop him. Elon Musk, you may have illegally seized power over the financial payment systems of the United States Department of Treasury, but you don't control the money of the American people. The United States Congress does that under Article 1 of the Constitution. And just like the president, who is elected to something, cannot impound the money of the people, we don't have a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk. And that's going to become real clear.
So they're hot. I'm going to play one more, and then I promise I'm going to bring in my lemon heads. Ilhan Omar, she saved her ire for the president of the United States.
It's really, really a sad day in America. We are witnessing a constitutional crisis. We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like. When you gut the Constitution and you install yourself as the sole power, that is how dictators are made.
So she says Donald Trump is acting like a dictator. Let's bring my folks in, okay? The Lemon Legends. If you are a member, we urge you to become a member of the Lemon Nation. You can become a Lemon Head. You can also become a Lemon Legend. That's the highest tier of our membership. And we have several of them joining us today. You get to be part of the show if you're a Lemon Head. I had so much to talk about, guys. I had to get it out before I could get you guys in because I had so much. You know, I had Kanye. I got Donald Trump. I got Doge. I got all those things. We have the condoms that were allegedly, reportedly $100 million. That, according to The Guardian and others, for the financial year of 2023, the most recent for which data is available, only $7 million worth of condoms were distributed globally by USAID. And the vast majority of family planning funds, 89%, were spent on programs in Africa. The number 100 million is also super inflated. So, welcome to, let's see, we have, make sure I'm going to get everybody right. We have, let's see, Kim Page is at the top left. And then we have Maureen Marfell joining us. Natasha Williams is with us. Then we have May Money joining us. James Brem is with us as well. And then who else do we have? Maureen, Natasha, Kim, James, May Money, and do we have anybody else?
Nicole Cox.
Oh, we have Nicole. Nicole, you don't have Nicole on this list. Nicole, I'm sorry. I'm going to let you go first just because I couldn't remember. Hey, Nicole, you're muted, I think.
Don, you're the worst.
I'm the worst, but the best. What do you make of this? All of this madness is happening in Washington. The misinformation. The lawmakers are going to, they're upset. They're saying it's illegal.
Well, it is illegal. I mean, this is. I mean, blinding flash of the obvious, right? It's a mess, and I laugh or I will cry. I mean, it's laughable. You could not write a better script. The jokes do write themselves at this point. And, not to be funny, I sit at a very specific vantage point on this because, not to be funny, happy Black History Month. but 92% of us got the test right. 80% of another demographic got the test right. Everybody else need to go study. You need to go crack them books, because we knew this was, Don, happy
Yeah.
Black History Month.
Thank
It is
you.
what it is.
Oh, I forgot.
It
I
is what it
forgot
is.
because yesterday, I went on my Black History Month thing, but
You
happy
you
Black
were
History Month.
inundated.
I was
You were
inundated.
inundated. Yes, with the but yeah, let us not forget. We got 28 days to act up, and we're gonna do it.
Well, they're not celebrating it in Washington, D.C., remember? They're not
Well,
celebrating
this
it.
isn't Washington. So we gonna celebrate. We're gonna celebrate. We don't need Washington to celebrate what's obvious. But this is a mess. The whole thing is a mess. We knew it was going to be a mess. At this point, we should expect mess. What's happening now, the response that we're getting from the politicians is the correct response. I'm not even going to judge them. You know, at first everybody was like, "Oh, where are the Democrats? They need to be standing up. They need to catch their breath," is what they need to do. They needed to do that. And they're still catching their breath, because they are trying to rally a new approach to a new problem. It's never been this bad. It's been bad. We've had issues. We've had disgruntled, but it's not been this bad. And to decide on what approach is going to be most beneficial, most effective, get to the root of it, and rally people to understand the severity. It's a thing.
Yeah.
So we're getting it.
Yeah.
They're getting it.
I want to get the other guy. I want to get the other guys in here. Okay. Let's see. Kim, is Donald Trump acting like a dictator?
Yes. We all knew he would. I mean, it's a blatant middle finger to the rule of law, right? And he's got Musk doing this. All my friends, everybody this weekend, how in the hell does this man get access to the payment system, right? This is all of our social security numbers. This is everything that gets paid through the government. This is our bank information. So that was really disheartening, because if you look at just the laws that were broken, just a few. So we have the Privacy Act of 1974. We have the Federal Information Security Act. We have the Anti-Deficiency Act. We have unauthorized access to the computers, which is basically federal hacking, right? I mean, these are just one law after another being broken. So it's disheartening. Yes.
Well, here's my question
like
for
a
you,
dictator.
James. This is my question to you. So, they were so concerned about TikTok and the foreign influence, and about, the Chinese having our information. Are you okay with someone who is not an elected official having all of that information about you that Kim just mentioned?
Absolutely not. I mean, absolutely not. I'm not even afraid of information anymore. I think our information is out there in droves, and everybody has anybody's information. I don't believe there's any privacy anymore, period, in any of these agencies. But when you have people coming off the street, going into these agencies and having access to these computers and files and doing God knows what they're doing in there, in these buildings with no supervision, it's pretty scary. But it's nothing that, Liz Cheney didn't warn us about, or Adam Kinzinger, that we're walking right into, sleepwalking into a dictatorship. And we're seeing it happen before our eyes. And I'm sorry, but I disagree that we need to take a breather here. I think they all should have come back. They all need to get in the room. If that's great that they can stand in front of microphones. And I think Chris Murphy is awesome. I'm from Connecticut originally. I think Jamie Raskin's brilliant, but do more than talk at the pulpit. Get some injunctions going. Get in the room with Trump. Get in the room and figure out. Have our say. Have the say of the rest of America. Let them know. I honestly don't think that, and I don't want to get sued. I honestly don't think that our fearless leader understands the government, understands these agencies, understands what that aid is for. Last week it was $50 million on condoms. This week it's $100 million. Do you remember that?
Yeah. But again, as I said, reportedly, that's from information that they're getting from the people who work at Doge and who don't know how the government actually works, and I guess don't really care about the truth and don't really know that there's a Gaza in Mozambique, and so I don't know how Gaza, even if it was Gaza, I don't know how that would equate to them giving condoms to Hamas. It would make it seem like, here you go,
Because he
Hamas.
has 19
We're giving
and
$100 million
20
in condoms just to you, but that's what they're trying to make it seem like they're also blaming everything on DEI. It's just they're just putting out misinformation just to do it.
And well, that's nothing new. So this is not a new Donald Trump. It's a Donald Trump 2.0. It's an administration 2.0 where, be careful when, what's that old saying that, just enough to hang yourself, a little bit too much to be, enough to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, from what I heard today, and again, I was in the air all day, but I heard briefly, I don't know where I read it, I don't know where I heard it, but Musk has interns in these buildings, 19 and 20-year-olds running around at the computers and the files. I don't know what the truth is to that, but whoever wrote these emails to these folks at USAID not to come to work today, I mean, how does that happen?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Donald
Trump says they do have, they have free reign to certain things, he said, only with their approval. So I would imagine that Donald Trump is approving these things because that's what he said when the press pressed him on those questions. May money.
Right. But these are not vetted people. These are not vetted people. They haven't gone through the government hiring process. They haven't had background checks. They haven't had anything. And they're in these buildings in Washington, D.C., like I said, however they're doing it, rummaging through desks, rummaging through files. I don't know, because no one's being forthright. All that's being reported is, Elon Musk has a bunch of interns in there. Well, who are these people? Who are these kids? Are they even Americans? Who knows? Are they his 12 kids or 20 kids or however many kids he has? I don't know. But we should know. We have the right to know. And,
Well, May Money, how would you have, Jim is saying that he believes that the Democrats should be in there, should be meeting with Donald Trump. They should not be taking a break. How do you feel about this?
Well, honestly, I feel like we should have been doing something even before we even got to this mess, maybe before the election. Why are we protesting now? We already here now. So I just think this is just a hot mess. It really is. Just take the Mozambique, Gaza condom situation. So there's a whole room full of, like, a whole team. Y'all got a whole squad, right? And you really let this woman go out on national television and be like, oh yeah, we are giving condoms to Gaza, Mozambique. Nobody thought to maybe look.
They said Hamas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wrong Gaza is basically what I'm saying. So nobody thought to maybe check something. That's just how like the nothing that we are doing. Nobody on any side, nobody anywhere is doing anything. These people are just running amok, acting a fool, and nobody's doing anything about it. And honestly, I don't know what to tell you. The fact that, you were even to understand and translate the bullshittery that came out of Trump's mouth is amazing. Good work for you, because I don't understand what this dude is even talking about half the time. So it's just, I don't really know how to even wrap my head around any of this, because half the time none of it makes sense. Let's form complete sentences here. We can start there. There's clearly nobody running the show, and there's no brakes on this car. And Elon Musk, he is a problem. He scares me. He needs to be deported to, like, Mars, off the planet. So he's a really, really, really big danger that I think we are letting go. Just by us. I really do believe so.
Well,
Don't
let
listen
me
to
bring
the terror reader, though.
let me bring Natasha Williams in, because I want to hear what you think. Natasha, do you have any concerns about this, about Doge having access possibly to your information, even more of your information than you would probably want people to have access to, especially people who are not elected officials? And are you concerned about any of this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was watching earlier, well, actually over the weekend, hearing about this, and I was totally shocked to think, how could Elon Musk have access? And it seems like no big deal. If this was the Democrats doing anything like this, it would be a total uproar over the weekend. And it just seemed like, how could this even happen? And I can't believe we're even here. And like James said earlier, it's like, okay, well, our information is out. And you just think where it could be out throughout this whole administration, all the stuff that they've done. You know, you don't know where your information is, what has been done. And especially with this, it's like, you know, it's crazy. I can't believe we're here. I really can't.
Yeah. Maureen? How are you, Maureen? We can't hear you. You're muted. Maureen is...
Yeah.
There you go.
I think I like the word that you used yesterday was cruel. It's cruel right now. What else can we say? Musk, I don't get it. He shouldn't be involved at all. Everyone has already said that, I know, but that stuns me. He shouldn't be messing around in one of our federal departments. It's dangerous. He needs to go away, go back to his cars, whatever he does, fine. Yes, the Democrats definitely have to get out there more and talk about this and be strong. And our group even said it would be great if we could go to DC, us lemon heads, and protest elimination. I know, but really, that's what we used to do back in the late 60s and 70s. Protesting helped out a lot, the young people. It would be good to see that happen again.
Yeah.
And our young people need to become strong again and protest.
Yeah. I wonder, everyone, if those protests would work, because do you remember what happened with the gassing, whatever they sprayed on the folks in front of the White House who were out peacefully protesting. So it's a bit concerning to me. Listen, our time together today is short because I'm sorry, I got on a little bit late. I had to cover a lot. And I'm so glad that you guys are here. Anybody have anything but they want to get off their chest before I let you lemon heads go? The lemon legends go. Anyone?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
I just want to say that,
you were nice enough to raise your hand, James. So I'm going to let you go first.
We have to stop pussyfooting around this. I mean, these are people on both sides that we're paying for those jobs. They are using our money. They have those jobs because of us.
Right.
And we're like making it like, oh, well, they'll get to it when they get to it, or, the Republicans do what they want. They're not our people. No, we pay the Republicans too. So we need to be holding everybody to account. And, last time I looked, if you get one of these Lindsey Graham's face and follow him on his bullshit, he doesn't know who I voted for, who I didn't vote for. But the bottom line, all of this flip-flopping and topsy-turvy, this is all part of the strategy. This is nothing that we hadn't read. Throw so much chaos out there, get everybody so upset that they're looking all over the place, then they get exhausted. So now people aren't watching news. Now people aren't watching you. Now people aren't watching media. And what happens? They get away. They get all this stuff out right behind under our noses.
Yeah.
They push it through. The tariffs have all been pulled back already for 30 days.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's upset all weekend.
That's a show. That's a show because look, I will tell you all again, I've been telling you it's a show, and I've been saying exactly what you are saying, Jim, is that they're just Steve Bannon told us that they were just going to flood the zone with bullshit. Right. And then behind your back, while as the media is paying attention to all of this bullshit that they're putting out there, they're going to be enriching themselves and getting things through that will fundamentally change our country forever, for decades, and possibly forever. I got a quick lightning round. If you guys have anybody have a last comment that they want to get out quickly, please, because I gotta run. Go on. Go ahead.
Just stay informed. Stay informed, and stop being a bitch. Like we really need to start doing something. So, let's get to action here.
Yeah.
Yes, and stop acting so shocked and awed every time he does it. I'm tired of hearing, "Oh, I can't believe we're here." We're here.
We're here.
We are here. And yes, you can expect him to do the worst. This business of this imagined line of morality that these people will hit, a wall of morality, it does not exist. These people are about getting this money. They will step on and destroy whoever they have to get it. Y'all have to imagine the worst. Imagine the worst. And know that if that's the goal, to get as much as they can get, that's where they will go. They will press every button. They will destroy everything they can to get it. They don't care.
You're
and
right.
if you can see that, then we will be able to move forward. That's why the Democrats are having a hard time. Those people can't imagine the worst yet. When we can imagine the worst, then we are ready to move, because then we will be making moves that matter instead of just sitting around chatting and saying, well, we should, all due respect, marches are nice, rallies are nice, but we need major moves because these people are ruthless and we don't believe it yet.
Yeah.
But they are.
Kim?
Yeah, I just want to say we really need to keep an eye on Musk. So I'm a former technologist. He's taken advantage of the fact that Trump does not know technology. He brought servers in there. He brought he's downloading data, and the USAID system connects to the State Department. So we need to do what we can to talk to our reps, and we need to get Musk out of there. I think he's a bigger danger right now.
All right, I'm just going to say allegedly. That's what Kim believes.
That's my opinion. It does not reflect the opinion of Don Lemon's show.
Is he not in bed with all the in China and Russia and isn't he in bed with all these other countries too? I mean, he's courting everybody.
Well, thank you, legends. I appreciate it.
He need to go to Mars.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, Don.
Thank you. I love you guys. I will
Thank
see
you.
you soon.
Love
Later
you
on.
too.
We'll have a private stream with just us where we can really talk about and say what we want to say.
Yes, let's
Thank you
do that.
Thank you guys. I will see you soon. I appreciate it. Those are my Lemon Legends.
Okay.
So just so you know, the Lemon Legends have that's our highest tier membership here on the Don Lemon channel. And so if you're a Lemon Legend, you get to be on the show just like that. We dedicate our show to your comments, your questions, and we take in mind into account what you think and what you want to talk about. And I love those guys. Also, we have different tiers of membership. So the membership link is in the top of the chat if you want to become a member, and also subscribe. Just because you're a member doesn't mean that you're subscribed. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's right there on your screen, just below the Don Lemon Show logo on the bottom right of your screen if you're watching us on the computer, or if you're watching us on the television. Okay. And I believe on your iPhone as well, or on your phones as well. Okay. So make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you follow us we're live right now on TikTok. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. And then this will go on iHeart, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So and all over, everywhere you get your streaming. So thank you so much for joining us today. I am exhausted. I got in late last night. I was up early this morning. I had a fascinating conversation with Snoop Doggy Dogg. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow on our Hot Topic show. So make sure you tune in for that. I'll tell you what Snoop had to say. We were very honest with each other. It was a candid conversation. I'm not going to give away, any of the things that he told me privately. I'm just going to talk to you about the nature and the tone of our conversation. I'll let you decide what you think about what's going on in the drama around him. So we will see you 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Thank you to all of our new members. We're so glad that we're getting new members and new subscribers. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you very much, Tracy, for your generous support of independent media. We really appreciate and we love you for doing that. And thank you as well. Who else do I have here? Thank you so much for Matrix Rule Breaker for being such a generous supporter of the Don Lemon Show and the Don Lemon channel. We appreciate you. And I'm so happy that you guys are here. I love you for watching. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.